Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jeremy, founder of quickmail.io.
Hey, and this is Jack, Chief Lead Generation Officer at salesbread.com. Today,
Teardown. Oh, come
down.
on with me.
That was perfect timing, as usual. All right. Yeah. So today we've got 3 cold emails that we're going to be tearing down, probably doing some rewriting. So if you're watching the video, you're going to be able to see us do some editing. If you're listening to the audio, don't worry, we will not leave you hanging. We're going to share what's wrong and what we will do to make it a better cold email that more people want to reply to.
But before that, just got to do
That's right.
a word about our sponsors.
A word about our sponsor.
Can you present both sponsors today?
Yeah, sure. I can, Jeremy. Thank you.
Right,
you owe me a slice of apple pie, but I will say your intro. Let's do it first. Quick mail. It's cold email software. It's got a free auto warmer that will improve your open rates by 20%. And you don't have to pay a dime for it. So just go get yourself that auto warmer. Simple. Works.
Not bad.
Do it.
Not bad. What about SalesBread?
All right. Yeah, today most B2B companies lack the time or expertise. Sometimes it's both to turn cold prospects into qualified leads and booked appointments. So at salesbread.com, we do that for you. We'll bring you 1 lead or book call per day using ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages so that you fill your pipeline. Head over to salesbread.com/contact. Tell me who you're going after, what you're selling, get me excited, and let's hop on the phone. I'll share some ideas that's working in the space. And with that, we've got some teardowns. Jeremy, are you ready? Should I share my screen?
Yes, let's do it. I'm trying to be your cheerleader here.
Yeah, and it was working here. The phone lines are blowing up as we speak. All right, so here we go.
Yeah, can you make?
I'm going to zoom in.
Awesome.
Okay. Subject line, Jack, bracket, company. So it'd be like Jack, bracket, quick mail. All right. And the message goes as follows. Hey, Jack, I'm founder of company.co, a tool that helps creators transcribe and transform a long recording into bite-sized promo videos in a few clicks. Right now, we are talking to tutors like you to understand how you promote your videos on social media and what are the major pain points. Do you have 15 minutes this week for a quick call? Best signature. Right.
There is PS as well, right?
Oh, thank you. PS, if you don't want to hear from me anymore, just let me know. Rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you make of it?
Let's start at the top. Yeah. Subject line, I will open. I have to say, I really thought this was a client setting me up with a referral.
Interesting.
That's typically how it went. So I was like a little bummed. Yeah, but that's just because I wasn't familiar with the company name. So that may have worked better if it was like a household brand.
Don't worry, I get fooled by my auto warmer emails every day. So don't worry.
Look at that. I shan't. So let's keep going. It says I'm a founder of, we've always said, just scratch that.
Yeah, it's like, who cares at this stage? It's like,
so if we scratch it, then it gets shorter. So since he's a co-founder, Jeremy, help me out. So it's like, well, we'll come back to that. Right now, we are talking to tutors like you. I read this and I remember clearly thinking like, you want to understand how I promote my videos. First of all, I am not a tutor. I think you mean online course creator. I would have liked that better. Second of all, there's nothing in it for me if they want to understand how I promote my videos. There's nothing in it for me. For me, it'd be like 15 minutes waste, or not a waste, but it'd be charity, and I wasn't interested in that.
So for me, I like what they actually do is actually explain very superly, in a very nice ways. Like we transform long recording into bite-sized promo video in a few clicks. Well, okay, that's cool. That's very clear. That's concise. I understand this. What I miss here is the benefit. And so they could lead with a question like, hey, do you guys try to, engage more reader? We're specialized into blah, 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 doing this, right?
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Something like that.
Are you talking about the intro?
Yeah, exactly. So I would say like, hey, Jack.
I would do this. I would say Saul, your course on Udemy.
I was about to say something like that. So and then you
Nice.
mentioned something, that mini clip video stuff that they actually have, whoever is your prospect.
Okay.
And then we specialize in doing exactly that for you in a very cost-effective and fast way. That's basically the two key benefit that you're leading with. That would be the sort of thing that I would do.
Let's read it for the listeners in their cars on the treadmill with their earplugs in. So let's see. Saw your course on Udemy, made a tool that helps creators transcribe and transform a long recording into bite-sized promo videos in a few clicks. Is that kind of what we're going for?
Yeah,
doesn't have to
I
be
think
perfect, but
for me, that's it sets the scenes very, very well. At the end, you could effectively, sign with founder if this is something that you're interested in. But honestly, this is, I don't care about you as a reader at this stage, right? I just want to care about, like, why do you contact me? What do you have to offer, kind of thing? What's in it for me? And the next, you want to, switch.
Yeah, I'm just wondering here. It's a little bit of a tough transition, but yeah, no, it's fine. So that's what flagged me. I always like to show them, like you mentioned, why did you reach out to this person? And so mentioning, even though it's like kind of very much used, saw, and then what did you see? So
I like the why you. This is really good stuff. The next thing I like to ask myself on the next line is like, so what? I was like, you saw my stuff, so what? Well, our tool actually helped doing that in faster. Did you actually spend a lot of time doing this? It's like, oh, okay, let me think about it. Like that's cool for me. That's good.
I wonder,
leading.
What about this, Jeremy? So it's like, saw you deliver a big course on Udemy. After creating a couple courses of my own, I created a tool that
fluff.
I don't know, like I'm trying to just bridge this gap between saw your course and our tool helps.
Well, instead of saying your course, I saw your promo video on your Udemy course. Your tool helps create those promotional video, in just a few clicks. That's basically.
Okay, or like cool. Just short and sweet. Yeah,
exactly. Something along those lines. I think there will be a better link or bridge between the two, rather than adding fluff in order to make the sentence work.
Fair. Okay. Cool. I like it. Now the next, I think, needs a lot of work, and I think you've got some ideas for this. How would you sweeten this?
Well, I don't have any problem with like people saying like, I'm doing research right now. It's like, it's my own goal. I know you're not a fan of that, but hear me out a second. I have no problem as long as there's a massive benefit for, that investment of time. It's like a company, right? If you join a company early, you're going to get equities in theory because the model is not proven yet. So, if you want to get my time, you're going to have to promote me, to give me something of potentially high value, and your model is not proven. It's like, right now we're just doing research. It's like, I don't want to like waste my time, but
so what?
We're offering, like, for example, and we're offering like a 3 years free, for people who want to participate, or some stuff like that, like offering lifetime access. Like, people go on SumoMe and then do some on AppSumo and then do some lifetime deals. Just do, even 10 for people who actually want to spend some time with you, right? So that could be one thing. Of course, you do want to make sure they pay, otherwise you have no business, right? But that's the idea. It's like, it's like you should make it like a no-brainer for people, or people should really think like, is that worth my time? Right now, you're just asking for time. That's beggar, that's begging for time.
So what about this, Jeremy? So let's keep everything the same. I changed tutor because I think it's not the right title. So it's like talking to course creators like you to understand how you promote your videos on social, what the major pain points are in exchange for a year access to the promotion tool, or to the.
What about for lifetime access, right? You can probably afford that. For lifetime access or for
to the
a free usage.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now that's more interesting
because now I'm thinking like, okay, I may invest my 15 minutes in hopes of getting access to a tool for free for a long time. And that's cool. Right. If you're trying to validate that people want to pay for it, you can discuss during the demo, like the lifetime access is going to be for no more than one video every month or something like that. So it also gives you the idea of like, or you need more videos, or you need, you know, more time, or it's like, is it a one-time need? Is it, you know, those sort of things you can actually get it during the demo. It's like, of course, we need to, you know, make sure the model, you know, is working. And then you need to figure out how the company are going to expand, like, and that's also going to be helpful for you.
Yeah, you're in like startup mode, which is
yeah,
great.
That's true. And it could be where that person is. It could be where that person is.
Yeah.
If they are not in here, don't ask people for research if you have like a tool that is already researched, right? Or offer something like a 1-year access is a good one for Jack. It's like, give me your time. We already got something working. We want to go to the next level, and therefore that's why we're interviewing you specifically, kind of thing. But yeah, you're right.
It would have been nice to say if they said we already have you know, 20 users that they've already created promos with,
Love it.
And we'll give you lifetime access if you can just give us some of your feedback. That'd be way better.
Plus, that would show me that they value it, right?
Yep.
That's the idea.
Fair.
Or if you don't want to go for lifetime deal, last thing, if you don't want to go for lifetime deal and you want to, you know, make sure people will pay, even it's a $1 that proves that, you know, people want it. So don't say necessarily life access, but for saying like a lifetime 80% discount on our pricing.
Yeah, you will get fewer yeses, but
of course.
Right, if you're in the validation stage, that's probably more important to get real money, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to actually switch to suggestion mode here.
Ooh, okay.
Just in case we can see originals. All right, so the follow-up comes 48 hours later, and it says, I just want to make sure you haven't missed my message. Jeremy, you already know I hate this. Yeah. Don't worry, yeah. And why do we hate it? Because it doesn't add anything new to the conversation. I'm sure there's a feature that I would care about. A screenshot, maybe. Show me a screenshot.
Yeah.
Like, show me, hey, here's a GIF. Yeah.
So what? In fact, when I was doing outreach to financial planners, and I was like 7 years ago, and I wasn't like as skilled as I am now, but also the game was easier as it is now. But point is that even my follow-up was something like, since the last message I sent you, I talked to, because all I was looking is, you know, to get interviews. So I was like pushing them and say, basically, well, since we last talked, I had a chance to talk to 10 new amazing financial planners. Is that worth for us to just jump on a call and make sure that, you know, happy to share anything I learned in my, you know, since then. And, you know, it's just like a snowball effect. It's like people see there's a fear of missing out now. It's like, oh, everyone's talking to him. Well, I want to talk as well. It's much better than like, let me, you know, let me bring it back to you. Like, you know, it's like, you already archived me, but let me come back.
Let me give you a formula here.
Or spam me, you know, whatever.
It's great. But here's the formula. If you're ever not sure what to say in a follow-up, don't start with a blank email. Start with 3 bullet points. First one, selling point. Next one, social proof. And then the next one is CTA. So that's what I'm going to ask.
How does it
So the CTA should be different. Yeah. Let's just mix it up here. So I always work bottom up. So the CTA will be, do you have any courses that you're planning to, to create a promo or something
in the next, or this year, I like that. So it gives like a certain time frame.
Yeah. Okay. So simple CTA, it's clear, social proof. It can be, you know, 22 course creators, blah, 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 have already been using this. It could be testimonial. Hey, the last person said blank on this. Or like you said, I've already interviewed 10 more course creators.
Yeah. Since my previous email, you know, I interviewed, that could be like a separate campaign that you send once you reach a certain number of respondents.
And then the selling point would be a new thing that you can bring to the table. So maybe there's a feature that finds the sections of your video with most engagement on Udemy. Let's say it's smart enough to know where most people are watching. I would include that right here. Be like, hey, Jack, I might also mention that this will use, I don't know, technology to find the best snippets using Udemy engagement and comments, and it'll turn into a video. 22 course creators have already used this to drive more traffic and purchases to their courses. Do you have any courses you're planning to create a promoted video this year? Question mark, done.
I like that. What do you think of this? Like the selling point, or it's not necessarily a selling point, or maybe it is, but it'll be if you didn't actually
It could be
play
benefit. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, benefit. If you didn't actually give like a lifetime value or played with money in that follow-up, you could effectively say like, look, the next course is on us, for example. And then that goes very well with the CTA. The next course is on us. Do you have any course that you're planning to do this year? Because if they didn't, you're going to waste your time anyway, because they're not planning on doing it. So it's good. You can always offer the next one, and so that could work.
Which means for targeting, I would like to find prolific course creators.
Exactly. But that's also good for prospecting. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, then there's a much greater chance. I imagine 80% of Udemy course creators made one course. 20% of them are making just churning them out, and that's who you want to be sending these messages to.
Cool.
All right. How we do, Jeremy? Any other notes?
No, I think it's good. It's great. I think that's it for those messages, right? We're going to change. Yeah. Or is it like another follow-up? No, I think it's it, right?
No, this is different. Totally different. Everybody, we're going to switch gears here. Right. So again, totally different email thread, company, all that. Subject is savings time. Okay. Email reads, "Hi Jack, Hans here. I appreciate that you're offering a service that can help B2B companies generate 133% more revenue. It's great that your service can help companies save time with lead generation. Quick question, are you currently using personalized intros for your cold email outreach? Not sure if this is relevant, but we've developed an AI-based system that writes 1,000 plus intros per hour, hyper-personalized to your prospects based on recent news, case studies, and much more. Mind if I send over a sample of what that looks like at scale? Thanks. P.S. Yes, this intro and subject line were written by AI too." All right. So we are dealing with someone in the cold email space. So I'm going to hold them to that standard.
I think I know who it is. I'll ask you after the cast.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So with that, Jeremy, let's see. Do you want to kick things off?
Sure. So we got the usual hands here. It's like, who cares, right?
Sure.
Honestly, but hey, you can't really ding them or blame them because they're using the AI for doing it itself. It's funny. I wouldn't have said that in the past because I use the same techniques, like saying, by the way, the email I've been sending you is also using quick mail, kind of thing. Now I'm on the receiving end. I'm kind of thinking like this may not be the best approach because the people may feel cheated, right?
Yeah, at best it's cheeky, right? It's cute. At worst, yeah, you can come off.
So that makes me rethink, how I in the past, how I was doing the outreach that way. Yeah, so I would probably rephrase it or use it differently. Like, here's a few examples of what it could generate. Or even better, because you're claiming, and mind you, that could be the CTA here, right? But because we are claiming that we can send hyper-personalized to prospect based on recent news, why don't you say like, send me, 10 to 100 prospects, and, I'll send you back the intro straight away of, what it will look like right now.
That's so much better.
That's your CTA, and then that's me. It's like, that's cool, right? Here we go. Here are the things. Like,
so, will you send me 100 prospects on your list, and I'll give you the personalizations via Google Sheets so you can take a look, right?
Yeah, that's really cool. If you really were like 100% certain that you got like absolute great product, like better than anything else, then you could even say like, you could sort of like bypass the CTA and say, PS, this is what my AI would have written as an intro to this email. Right. And that way you're not cheating them, you're not cheating people, you actually just genuine. Okay, so his intro was genuine and this is how it would have looked like, right? So I would make it like different.
So it'd be like, this is how, right? So PS, this is how your intro would have been written, right?
Yeah. Or here's how in the intro of this email would have looked like, and then, you just boom, put it.
Okay.
And that way it's like, oh, I can see a sneak peek. If I like your intro, I say, okay, why not? And then your CTA is very clear. It's like, give me up to, send me up to 100 prospects, or like give me the first, prospect you have on your list, and I'll generate it, for you. So you get like a better sample or something like that.
I've seen this a lot. Not sure if this is relevant.
Oh, hate.
It's.
Don't contact me if you're not sure. You're wasting my time. Like, why would I be the one judging if, what you're sending me should be sent? It's like, man, just make sure you send me good stuff.
It's sort of like an aw shucks thing. It's like, hey, I'm not sure if you'd want this, but I have $1 million in cash with your name on it. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of downplaying the next thing that comes in the sentence.
Yeah, I see.
In order to it's like door in the face, where it's like, not sure if this is relevant. You expect something terrible, and then if it's not terrible, you say, hey, that's pretty good. So
no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's
that's
if you're not sure, then don't do it. That's basically how I'm approaching things. Like,
so let me ask you, if it came straight out and been like, Jeremy, we've developed an AI, you like it a lot better. Yeah.
If you know the other person, it's like here's what I would wrote. Given how I saw you on all your podcasts, I'm sure you're gonna love this. And I think it's much better because that's why I want to share something with you, right? So like, given all your interaction you had in podcasts, or given everything you've found in podcasts regarding personalization email, I'm sure you're gonna love this, right? And then you mentioned the thing, and it's like,
AI
okay, cool,
can't do that yet.
Yeah, well, that's true. Right.
But sure, that's good though. All right, I'm ready to carry on. I think you had some really good notes for this one. By the way, savings time we didn't tackle yet. I kind of hate this subject line. Why? Because it sounds like an e-commerce email subject line that's coming out in, I don't know, Black Friday. This savings time.
Question, like, I mean, do you associate writing good, highly personalized intro with, it's taking a lot of time, or actually?
No.
Right, me neither. So the saving time seems odd here. Maybe they didn't find out what the right, benefit is. That could well be like they're going after saving time, where in fact what we're looking is improving reply rate, right? But that, it's like, could be
more reply rate,
more replies. Yeah,
exactly. Savings again, like, you shouldn't sound like a traditional email marketer in your subject line. There's a reason why 0 cold email best practices say you should say, don't delay, open this now. Like, that's not going to work. And I feel like savings time is along those lines. In short, don't let
no one wants to save time. Strangely enough, it's not a great benefit. Like, save times. Like, I don't have the feeling I'm wasting time. Otherwise, I will find the solution myself, instead of waiting for someone to waste my time with email. Yeah, right, it's kind of weird.
Well, I like the notes and edits we did. We've got one more cold email. Okay, subject is quick mail /
well, company name. Yeah,
company name.
I shouldn't have put this anyway.
That's okay. All right. Hey, Jeremy, a few of our clients have been mentioning quick mail as a tool they are exploring, which gave me the idea to reach out and discuss potential partnership. Our platform delivers prospect data for outbound sales efforts that our clients then export into outreach tools like yours. We tap into buying signals like recent hires, job postings, funding, and technology. You can see more about those link. I can send you some more information if you'd like, but would love to schedule some time for us to brainstorm some mutually beneficial tactics. Thank you. Okay.
Do you think I replied to this one? Serious question.
Serious question. Help me out. We were talking before we hit record on a certain email thread that you did get. Do I know the answer to this particular one or no?
You may, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I
carry on. I think I need to plug my laptop.
Yeah. Okay. If I didn't know that, It is interesting, but it's missing some key ingredients. I might say they either got
You're taking an awful lot of
no.
time to figure out if it's a yes or a no.
Well, this is the little halftime show here. I'll say no, Jeremy. You're a tough cookie to crack, and I think you've said no to better cold emails.
Right, finally. There's like a cable that is twitching. I did reply, actually, and I can tell you why after. So we don't have a follow-up email. I did reply. I'm losing my reputation of being a tough cookie here, which breaks my heart, but it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, so tell us, break it down. What did you like? What didn't you like?
I will, but I want to hear you first. Like, what are the things that you like and didn't like on this email?
Okay, so I think this is a very strong way to open. Our clients have been mentioning quick mail. Whoa, that's crazy, right? So I wish they would have helped me believe them more. And all they would have need to do is say, hey, a few of our clients have been mentioning quick mail as a tool they're exploring, parentheses, we're in the outreach space too, on the data side. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, they're in the outreach space. That makes sense. That's why.
Interesting. I didn't mind too much.
Because then I would have. Okay.
Oh, because then what?
If you believe that, it's a really compelling email. I just think there's a lot of like there's this tactic where you can do like we help companies like competitor A and competitor B. So it doesn't mean that they work with your competitors necessarily, but they've partnered with similar ones. And so for this, I'm like, do they just drop in, or like, what does it mean they've been mentioning? Like, who are you to be hearing a mention? Like,
got it. So the way I would approach this is they earn the right for me to read the next line, right? So when they say like, people have been talking about your product and they mention it to me, then I want to figure out then, so what? Right. And then I think it's a bit fluff, which gave me the idea. It's like, who cares? Right. To reach out, who cares? Again, you just do it. So you don't need to say you're doing it, and discuss a potential partnership. Okay. So basically they're like, quick mail may be a good fit, and they want to discuss a partnership. So I want to figure out like, what is the logic behind, like, and I think that's the next line, what they sort of like explore when they're mentioning what they actually do, like, our tool do X.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, okay, well, your tool is doing prospecting, QuickMail is doing the outreach. It does make sense to potentially discuss. And right now we are in a stage where we're setting up joint webinars. And that's why I replied. Timing was really important as well for this email, but I agree with you. The intro was super strong, and it did make sense. And it was true as well. Like, I checked with them, and of course, we do have some clients who actually just mentioned QuickMail. Who wouldn't mention QuickMail?
Oh, good.
Come on, honestly, Jack.
So look at that. So in other words, this email could not have been sent to more than 10 people.
Yeah, but you could have a process behind it. It's not because this email is sort of like that targeted that it can't be automated. Like, for example, it's a simple thing. Like you send a survey to all your user base or your list, and then you just ask like, guys, what do you guys are using for the outreach? You get like a list of 20 people, and then you send all the 20 emails the same way to those companies. Like, a few of our clients have been mentioning SalesBread, as an agency. And that's true. You just did a survey, and then you are saying like, I don't know, 200 replies, and then you contact those 200 prospects. It's like free leads in that sense.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, so let's carry on here.
But you're right. That could have been, if you do it through a survey, that could have been something cool like that. So a few of our clients have been mentioning QuickMail as a tool they're using for doing outreach after we ask our client base what tool they were using for doing outreach, something around those lines.
Now it's interesting because that some of your tribe hangs out with their audience, and so you're there. Okay,
you get it. Yeah.
So let's carry on here. It talks about the platform delivers prospect data. that integrate with tools like yours.
Exactly. And there's
was that the catch for you?
No, not necessarily. I think the catch for me was the audience could be aligned with our stuff. They are like a different part of the sales of the funnel. Like, for example, quick mail is at the top of the funnel, but we don't do prospecting. So if we partner, I don't necessarily will partner with tools, but we could definitely do joint marketing one way or another. Like, they mentioned to their audience that, quick mail is a good tool for doing this. And we mentioned that, we've been reached out by this tool for, prospecting, and let's,
right.
the audience check out the other one if they like it. So I'm totally happy and open to that. So that was pretty much the main thing, but I like what they tell me exactly what they do. And basically it's a bit long-winded, but basically they're saying like, we have buying intent, lists. We can generate, buying intent lists based on, a client or some research.
That's
and
cool.
I'm like, okay, that's cool. Why not?
It'd be nice if we could shorten this down to the essentials here. Yes. I think there's too much of a roundabout way of getting to it. So first of all, they said you can see more about those here and a link.
Trashed.
I'm killing that. Why? Because that's stuff for a follow-up.
Or
it's not that it's not important, but
or PS or signature.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Another note wherever I'm going to trim it. I can send you more information if you like.
I keep interrupting you. I'm thinking like CTA as well. Like, would you like to know more about our software? Also, anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So let's actually.
I'm muting myself.
Don't. So I'm trimming now. The CTA is like got two things going on. It's too complicated. I can send you more information if you'd like, but would love to schedule some time for us to brainstorm some mutually beneficial tactics. I would trim this down and pick one of them. Just curious, since you're on the receiving end, which one appeals to you? More information or a call?
It's like a call. Like, we don't know each other yet, and I don't think they earn the right to have a call with me at this stage, given the outreach. So basically what I replied is like, what's your audience size? I think that's something like that I replied. What's your audience size? And can you tell me a little bit more about, what's your audience, like, to verify my assumption that we are actually operating in the same space. So you're right. If that would have come up, in the email straight away, then that would have saved me this, and I would have gone straight to what's your audience size, which is great on the receiving end, because now they know that they could say like, right now we have, X number of clients and we're looking for expanding, with potential partners. And it's like, okay, cool. You're playing in the same space. You have that number. I can compare with my number, and I can say it makes sense to mutually do something.
Right.
And I think
so
it's
what
much
call to
better
action would work?
So, well, you could be something simple. It depends, we keep mentioning that you could either do like a small, an easy call to action and get plenty. And that would be, for example, are you open for collaboration in that space? Yeah. Are you, or is that something on your radar this year?
Are you open for collaboration, assuming we both share a similar target audience? Question mark.
Well, I think that's kind of obvious in that sense. Like, no one would anyway. Are you open for collaboration? I think I would probably put a time frame. Like, are you open for collaboration, this year? I like again time frame, because it focuses on. If you say no, it's like, okay, well, maybe next year. It's like it never actually closes the door, right? So I like that. And then after that, like you mentioned, if we actually say like our platform taps into buying signals, or something like that, then I think that's okay.
What about this, Jeremy? So
I don't like when people talking about my users, honestly. This is weird. That
may be a personal thing, but let me read this for the audio listeners. So made a few tweaks here. I'll summarize the email. Hi, Jeremy. A few of our clients have been mentioning quick mail. Want to reach out, potential partnership. Our platform delivers prospect data. We might be able to help quick mail users tap into profitable buying signals like hires, job posting, events, technologies. Are you open for collaboration sometime this year? Potential collaboration, something like that. Maybe take away the fact that you're uncomfortable with people talking about your users, but we might be able to help, quick mail provide this kind of, or quick mail. Forget quick mail users. Quick mail tap into buying signals like Would
Yeah,
that
that's better.
strengthen the email?
That is better. That is better, actually. This is funny, but yeah, it is better for me that they say like, maybe we can help QuickMail achieve its goal rather than we can help your customers. Like, I don't like, it always like feel like you're trying to steal, the customers of someone else when you say like, oh, can I actually help your customers? Like, dude, I'm the one helping my customers. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it seems like you're trying to steal my customers when you're actually talking. But if you're saying like, does QuickMail have points to do something like that? Or, we're currently running or we're currently offering, it's like, Hunter.io, I think they started and I think they still do it, like giving like a certain number of leads for free or some stuff like that. So we have a free plan that actually delivers, I don't know, 50 of those buyers, prospects per month. Maybe that's something that, your audience, or that's something I would do. Otherwise, it's like saying your audience may want to know about, or like maybe interested in, but you don't actually say about helping them. I don't like that. I always like feel like I'm gonna steal your audience.
Yeah,
which is not true,
no,
but
that's
it feels not good.
And that's good feedback, especially for those listeners who are going after SaaS founders. It's good stuff to know. Okay, so we did some rewrites. We shortened it, took out some of the fluff, and I think we arrived at a stronger cold email that you'd probably be faster to reply to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'd like a sort of, you're going to laugh at this one, but I think I'd like a sort of like, PS, I got a box of Cuban cigars that we're offering everywhere for partners, kind of thing. Like, offering a small gift, like a physical gift, I'll be more than happy to share one with you, or some stuff like that. Even I don't smoke, but that's sort of like, and yeah, you're laughing at it because of another reason, I'm sure. But I still like the idea of like, we're human and we really like value the relationship. And I think that's a good opportunity in a PS to just mention like that. It's like, we're not just after, your audience or something like that, but we're about building a relationship with the people that we integrate with. I like this sort of thing, and it makes me more willing to share your world and work with you on a human basis, right?
So you kind of humanize it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that is important for partnership outreach. Let's add one more thing that I feel like this is missing.
Yeah, go ahead. Or actually, I want to build up on this one, and I'm going to steal your sentence because I love it. It's like, PS, for what it's worth, we like to offer every partner, a t-shirt or whatever kind of thing like you actually want, like something like that. I hope to be able to share one with you.
On a webinar or something. Yeah,
exactly.
Right,
so something physical that I will send. Like when I was doing podcasting or interview with people, I used to send them a box from Switzerland with like full of like chocolates or stuff like, Switzerland based, right? I can't send cheese, obviously, because otherwise, I mean, they won't like it,
you
will
could,
be melted.
you could,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. I mean, maybe stop, in America, but like for whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, it makes you feel like human. I like this person. It's quite nice, and it's nice. It is. So yeah.
That's good. Okay, so be human, be nice. I think this email is missing one thing though, and it is some social proof. It's like very good. There's a lot of close overlap, but how many users they had would have been the icing on the cake.
It's a good point.
Our platform serves 4,000 sales teams and agencies, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, all right, I can't argue with that. That's
Isn't
like
that the size audience
stuff.
that I'm asking for? And let me ask you a question.
Much,
what if they have only 10 or like 20? Like, how would they, how would you approach that?
Flat out, a partnership isn't quite the right word. You may be saying like, look, you may need to sweeten the deal by offering something monetary. We're like, at the moment, we only have 20 users, but they're gung-ho, and this is the future of everything. Even QuickMail users, some of them are, 12 of them are using it. We don't have a huge audience to share, but, we can come up with an interesting pricing arrangement so that QuickMail benefits from this as well as everyone who is using. I don't know.
No, but you know what I like in your approach is like you're trying to be upfront about it, and in fact, you turn into something like I'm trying to hide into like, some trust. Trust building, visibility is like flat out. I'm saying it first before you sort of like, oh, what's the catch here and so on. Like, here's the catch, or like you're actually very upfront, and I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'll tell you a really quick story, and then we'll round up the teardown episode here. But you don't know this, Jeremy, but I used to sell I used to sell cars, used cars, right?
I think you told me that once, so I may know it. I forgot about it.
I studied up. I read the How to Win Friends and Influence People, Think and Grow Rich. The classic sales books.
So do you have friends and are you rich? No, I'm kidding.
Do I have to answer? No. So what I did on every single sale,
you got me, Jack.
I would introduce the vehicle, ask them what they're looking for, but immediately,
oh yeah, I remember.
I would show them the bad spots. I'd be like, look, let me show you two things here. You see these tires are going to need to be replaced. So if you're hoping to drive off the lot and not have to worry about tires, forget it. And then the second one is turn it on. I want you to hear the rattle that's coming from, just show them what you want to do is show them like, well, number one, be a good person and be honest. But number two, if there's flaws, point them out. The person will be far more likely to trust when you mention the good things than if you hadn't pointed out. Because look, a buyer is going to look for the flaws themselves, and it's better if you show them to them. It gives you a position of strength. Like it's a good tactic, I suppose.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. I remember, and we both agree that definitely that's the right thing to do, and it pays off. So do both.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So with that, I think we did justice to these teardown emails. If you want more, you can check out course.quickval.io, where we cover the gauntlet on, well, everything cold email. It's perfect if you have a newly hired person on your team that is going to be doing any kind of cold emailing for the organization. It's going to bring them up to speed and show them, well, what Jeremy and I know about getting busy people to reply to cold email, from sales research, prospecting, copywriting, list building, reply handling, objection handling, all that stuff. It's right there for you at course.quickval.io.
That's right. Neatly organized into multiple sections, 8 weeks, in order to become an absolute pro and master at cold outreach, without the need for watching our 215 episodes in order to get all the knowledge. But
if you want, you can definitely start with the 200 plus episodes, or just take it for a test drive for 4 weeks and see if it's what you were looking for. All right, Jeremy, thanks for another great teardown.
Great cast. Thanks, Jack. Awesome.